Hey everybody, welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are the buy or maybe pass. My name is Corey. I just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me in this evening night live stream. Sorry I wasn't here this morning. Hopefully you guys saw my message. I was looking at some merch. Got, oh my gosh, so much good information. And so hopefully I will be, I'm taking care of all that. So hopefully it'll be not too much longer until I can get the merch. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be pretty cool, pretty exciting. I'm big into quality right now. So just making sure it's not like cheap, trashy stuff. You know, I want it to last. So anyways, let's add a few people in chat, see what's going on, and we'll go from there, all right? Olive, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's having a great day. Absolutely. Lee, what's up? Derek, Hamza, AMC Moon tomorrow. We'll have to see, guys. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. Wag, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Been a while. Beverly, what's up? What's up? Tara, what's up? Michelle? Oh boy, where'd I go? Hamza says, quick question: 1K on options or just get the shares? Oh gosh, so great question. I've been having that struggle myself recently. So I tried actually. I liquidated one of my other positions, and so just in a stock that I had some shares on, and I did it to buy some AMC. So I was up in that position, but I felt like that's a longer, slow play. So I went ahead and liquidated that position, and I went ahead and I tried to buy options, and I went crazy. It didn't fill, but I tried to buy. It didn't fill, but I tried to buy, was it September or June at the $40 strike? So I tried to buy one of these at the $40 strike just because I feel good about it. Like I'm really trying to, I feel like there's a good option here. Hi, Core from London. Oh, thank you, Yasir. I think it's right. Yasser. Sorry if I'm not saying your name right, but thank you. So I did try to buy this, but it did not fill. I'll try it tomorrow. Hopefully it will fill, and I'm feeling good about it though. I'm feeling very good about it. Derek, what is up? Options are risky, but you make high returns. And so Hamza, that's for you, my friend. Take a look here. You know, we can look at some options and look, you know, and even if you don't want to go so crazy, even if you wanted to go, let's do easy math, right? We'll say $16 here, okay? So if you say $16, so let's say the stock goes to 8/16/24. So let's say it goes to 24. Oh, I can't see 24. But instead of, you know, oh, hello, Miss Ma'am. Welcome, special lady. Thank you for joining us today. So, guys, options have huge opportunity to compound your money. It is insane. You can really leverage your money by trading options, which is why I really like it. But you know, you got to be careful, because let's say you expect this to hit the $16 strike price and go past it by September 17th. Now, if it technically has to hit 17.48 for you to break even, and for you to make money, you know, it just has to go a little bit above that. But you can see, you can really start making a lot of money instantly. So from $17, even if it just goes to 20, you would have made, you know, where am I at? Almost $250 or over $250 just from a $148 bet. So it just compounds your money. It really leverages it. It's very, very cool. And I've seen some very interesting stuff. Like even down here, if you were to go down here, and granted, this is very risky, but if you were to go down here, you can see on a $58 bet, if the stock hits $40, you know, 58 by September 17th, look, I'm from $40, let's say it's $50 on a $58 bet, you just made over $1,000. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane how you can leverage it. So although these numbers look great, but the question is it going to hit it by that strike, by that day? And that's the question. And if you feel like it is, then hey, maybe it's a good bet. And this is only if you buy one. If you can go in here and let's say you buy 10, right? So let's say you buy 10, look at this graph. Let's say it goes to $50 again. On your $580 bet, you just made $10,000, okay? If it goes, it's a $50 with this $4 strike. So holy smokes, you guys can see what can happen. So cool things. Very, very cool things. What's up, Starfish? Johnson, what's up? What's up, Johnson? Let's see. Let's feed 3 times means we're getting closer and closer. Yeah, guys, I'm not sure if you guys have been keeping up. Let's take a look at Matt Kors. Kors Twitter. Look, guys, he's saying, and this is off Ortex, that he's not making these numbers up, okay? He's looking at Ortex numbers, and he says, Ortex right here, AMC is on a shares on loan, record high short interest, record high shares on loan. I think it's just winding up, and holy smokes. And honestly, this is one of the reasons why I liquidated that position. And I really want to jump into GameStop, but seeing these record highs, just, man, it got me so excited about AMC that I decided to put that into, well, I'm going to be putting it into AMC. Currently, it's not an AMC, but, and if it does, now if GameStop does dip below like, 120 or something, then I will be adding to that position as well. But currently with, apples to apples, I'd rather get in. AMC is just looking too delicious right now for me to pass up. Hamza says, that's what I was thinking, get 100 shares and a few options. Hey, yeah. I mean, it is a little, I will say, it's a little scary, but it is, if you're 1,000,000% confident, and granted, even out here in this, by September, I feel very confident that it would hit it. But at the same time, there's a risk. I could be very wrong and I would lose on however much I decide to. Hello from Orlando. Hello. Thank you. Hold on, let me. Okay, sorry, had to get there really quick. Hello from Orlando. Welcome. What else am I missing? I'm not sure what's going on with Swiss Bank. I'm not sure if I missed a piece of news or something. Oh gosh, Craig says, I spilled some of my hot chocolate, then completely knocked it over while attempting to clean up the spillage. That is unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Oh gosh. Joking. What's up, Corey? Finally getting to catch another show. Hope everyone is doing well. Absolutely. Thank you. What's up, Cobb? AMC looking right. Hey, I bought some more AMC. I'm up to 533.9 shares at $6.75, ready to launch. What an average price. That's fantastic. That's so good. 30% of my trading account is AMC with over almost 7,000 shares. Jeez. AMC is moving pre-market. Doge right now. Let's take a look at what's going on to both of these stocks. So let's see what happened on the day. I haven't even covered it yet. What's going on? So let's take a look. And this is, so it was a little rough. And this is where a lot of people believe the short ladder attacks are happening right here, right? But look, and remember, they're using theoretically millions of dollars to bring these prices down. They're using a lot of money to try and get these prices down. Now, as soon as they were done, or if it was done right here, whatever, look what happened. Recovered. Just like recovered very, very well. Look at this. Insane how it just perfect. Kriggs, I had to respond to somebody very important. But yes, absolutely. And I love this. This is fantastic. And currently, so up 2.55% on the day. In after hours, up 8.95 or 8. They're currently at $8.95, up 1.24%. GME, similar. Look at this movement. I finally learned how to do the side by sides thanks to Animal. And so GME, we'll take a look at AMC, and we will compare them on the 1 day. Look at these movements. Oh my gosh, this thing is looking crazy. But look at these mornings. I mean, just ridiculous. Here we go. I'm trying to get these organized. Sorry about that. Look at these charts. Why don't I have the RSI on this one? Okay, I'm not sure why the RSI isn't showing up on this one, but they're the same dang chart. It's insane how it looks exactly the same. Okay, here we go. Indicators. Hello. Okay, I'm messing this thing up. I'm going back to regular grid and bringing back my indicators. Okay, man, that was rough. But as you guys can see, holy smokes, the same dang chart. It was ridiculous, especially there in the morning. Where's my 200 EMA? Okay. I feel like my chart looks so weird and I can't tell why it looks a little weird to me. Maybe I'm just losing my mind, but yes. So that is what is going on here. Someone said, is GME dead? That is for you to decide. I do not at all think that GME or AMC are dead. I don't think either of them are dead. I feel like they're both in fantastic positions. And as you can see, guys, and Matt Corsi covers AMC as well as GME. So the GameStop, look, the short interest in the shares on loan, it's all there. Utilization is not as high. So we'll see what that means. But as far as the AMC goes, they're at record highs. It's just continuing to go. You know, people think that, you know, people may think that they, oh, was it a George W? I missed it. People think that these guys are covered. Or, you know, they're trying to make it seem like they covered. But hey, if they would have covered, how is the short interest continuing to go up? And how is the shares on loan continuing to go up? At record highs. I hear Trey laughing. So I don't think it's a dead cat. Geez, a lot of sells right here at the $9, 5,000. Oh, I don't want to get in trouble for playing this. I don't know the rules. Anyways, there you have it. Let's go back over here. Hacked, jacked. Greg says there was a moment today where 200K GameStop shares were bought in one go. Price jumped $5. It's so sensitive due to low availability for shares. I'm jacked. That guy says, hey Corey, what do you think about the news GME will be debt free? I think that's fantastic news. And this is I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot. That's good news to bring up because, guys, whenever you think about more traditional, more seasoned retail investors, that is what they look for. They look for, what do the financials look like? Are they debt free? Do they have a lot of debt? You know, what does their earnings look like? And that's another thing that, okay, it's great to be debt free, right? But, and even then, while it sounds great to be debt free, debt is a perfectly normal part of like running a business. And there's ways to pay off your debt like appropriately. For example, let's say, these are things to think about with your stocks, right? I've seen things like, okay, are you going to pay off your house? You know what I mean? So let's say we all make $1 million or whatever, you know, let's say I make $1 million. So theoretically I would say, okay, well, maybe I want to pay off my house. Right. And so But you can do a calculation. You can say, let's say on my house, I'm only paying, let's make it easy numbers. Let's say on my APR, my annual percentage rate, I'm paying 5%, right? And let's say I have $1,000,000 and I can either pay off, or let's say I have $200,000 to pay off my house. So I have $200,000. I can either pay off my house, or I can put that money in like the stock market and I can see what happens. So over the course of 10 years, what is going to be, or, over a few years, what is going to be a better thing? Paying off 5% interest or gaining 20% interest? So, and there are different calculations that people can do to see what would be better. And there's also tax benefits and stuff to having a house. Like certain things you can write off, all this stuff. I don't really know all the technical part of it, but those are things to think about. And paying off their debt, while it sounds great, it looks great, it is hopefully, and here's the deal. I'm sure they made like the best decision they could have for them. And it really depends on what the interest was on that debt. But if they could have invested that money, or like in themselves, to set themselves up for 10 years or whatever, then that's a different story. Hopefully it was the right decision for them. I hope it was the right decision, but those are things to think about as well. But I will say, GameStop is finally making some, well, I wouldn't say finally, but I'm happy that GameStop is making some good decisions and being vocal about their decisions. And hopefully it's the right thing. Dogecoin. Let's talk about Dogecoin real quick. Man, Dogecoin is really moving. Let's look at the 3-month. Look at this jump. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Just insane what like goes up. And I'm very impressed with Dogecoin. I'm curious what's going to happen in the future. But you know what? I can't be mad at anyone who bought in. I was actually in at like 27 cents or something, 23 cents. I was in somewhere over here. And, or no, I was in over here then. Was it 2 cents? Yeah, I was in at 2 cents, 0.023. Yeah, man, I guess I was in over here. And I could really be up. But you know what? We all make decisions. And that is that. Have you looked at an amortization table? I haven't looked at an amortization table. I know there's like, I haven't looked at one to make that decision yet. It is something I have been thinking about, like, well, not the amortization table, but when and if I make a whole bunch of money, what is going to be the right move for me? And so I'm kind of weighing some things. And realistically, I might even hire like a consultant or something, an actual financial advisor, to walk me through like, hey, well, these are your options. This is what you can do. This is what I might recommend, and see what they have to say. I may not take their suggestions, but I would love to see what someone else who's kind of in the business, what would say. And so, and maybe that's something I'll be able to share on the stream, when and if this goes to the moon, I would call somebody and I'll say, hey, what do you think? And then I would either write down or see if they'll let me to record the call and let you guys know, because I think that could be very, very valuable to hear someone's opinions and see what somebody thinks. Hey, what's up, Mo? I'm gonna sell my stocks and go away. My friend put 15K on Dogecoin when it was, oh my gosh, 5 cents, or yeah, 5 cents. Dang, not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, pretty impressive stuff. My only thing about Dogecoin is, again, we've talked about this before, and I'll say it again. From my understanding is there's not a finite amount, and you can look like and let's see how many Dogecoin will ever exist. I guess that was the I guess there is a cap. There was someone who had said, or someone was trying to explain to me or something like that, that there's not a finite amount. So like, for example, Bitcoin, let's say there's 100 million Bitcoins ever in the world that will ever exist and never can exist again. Whereas Bitcoin can theoretically be like mined forever, Dogecoin. I don't know if I said the wrong thing. Dogecoin can be theoretically mined forever. And the more you find, like, if there's an unlimited supply, it kind of lowers the value just inherently. But different things like that. So again, I haven't done all the research on that, but I do want people to just keep that in mind just in case. Starfish says, I want so much money, I need people to consult about how we're going to manage all this money. Yeah, that would be, I wouldn't mind that one bit. But yeah. Oh, 21 million. Okay. Well, now I know now. I do like to see, let's see who did really well today. Top gainers, we'll look at the 1 day, not the after hours, and see if there's anything that I recognize. Nothing oh, Riot, hello. So Riot, let's see the top losers for the 1 day. And I like it when I don't see any stocks that I recognize. That's fantastic. Nothing too crazy on here. Excellent, excellent. Who in here is getting an IPO coin or Coinbase IPO tomorrow? I do want to hop in the IPO. So hey, what's up, Joe? What I was thinking, and this is kind of crazy, I'm thinking about hopping in the Coinbase IPO. I do think it's going to be a good IPO personally. But do your own DD, do your own research, not financial advice. I think I'm going to hop in. I think I'm going to buy it, write it up for just a quick, maybe 30%. I don't know what it's going to, I really don't know anything about where it's going to IPO or anything. Anybody know the IPO cost, what it's going to cost at launch or whatever? And then I think I'm going to sell it. And whenever I sell it, I'm going to just dump it all into AMC or GameStop, whichever I'm feeling at the time. But I'm worried about where it's going to start at. I guess I could buy fractional shares or something. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. What's up, Brandon? Trust fund lawyer. Those will be looking us through that window too. It's, geez, 250 at IPOs at 250. And remember what happened to Roblox. So Roblox IPO'd at, what was it supposed to IPO at? 25 or something? What's going on here? I think Roblox was supposed to IPO at something low, and you didn't even get a chance. It started at 60.51. It just gapped up instantly. So keep that in mind. Alfred has a good point. The Coinbase IPO might drop 60% instantly. And that price is kind of high, but I feel like, honestly, it would be worth it one day. Like, I feel like Coinbase is going to follow, what is that thing called? It's going to follow Bitcoin. It's going to cryptocurrency. I think it's going to follow all cryptocurrency, especially with the way Bitcoin is going these days. I think it'll be good. Right. So this person, Daniel, says Snowflake IPO too high. And I'm afraid that it's IPOing too high. It might be worth that. But for an IPO, I don't know. There's something about that price that it just seems a little high. But I'm sure it's like probably good. I think Roblox might have. Well, I don't know how they offered theirs originally. Hey, what's up, Lakenzie? I'm not sure how they offered it originally, but yeah, it just kind of like skyrocketed whenever it was available. Roblox was initially 45, gapped it to 62. Okay, thank you, Eric. Yeah, I knew it was something. Okay, so I knew it was something high. That's still a pretty crazy gap of $15 or whatever to just start. And as you can tell, it just like shot up instantly. And granted, these are the 1 hour candles, but yeah, just shot up like insane. Even then, look, what is this? The after hours? Yeah, in the after hours, from 60 to 93. Wild. What a wild ride. Mo says sentiment is high on crypto right now. Coinbase will surely benefit in the short term. I agree. I think it will, especially in the short term. Well, especially I think anytime between the long term, short term, all of it. Can you trade Coinbase on Fidelity? I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. Daniel says, too much hype. Let it settle down for a few days and see what the real valuation is. This is true. Daniel, what I am banking on, though, is that volatility within the first day. Look, the first day, and granted, this is one IPO, could have been a fluke, who knows, but I'm banking on this volatility to get in and get out. And hopefully it doesn't go the wrong way, because that would really suck. But I don't think it'll go the wrong way. Although I don't care for how much it's starting at, is what I'll say. But it is 100% a risk. But if you could have gotten here at even 65 to 90, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. And so that's what I'm thinking about. Brian, no flower news currently that I'm aware of. If you have something you'd like to share, I'm more than happy to hear it. Jelani says I can get a GME and 15 AMCs for the price of a Coinbase share. This is true. This is true. Opportunity cost. For players, what about Doge? Doge, I'm just, admiring. I'm very happy for the people that got in Doge. Let's say no, I didn't say it. I said flower, starfish. I didn't say the word. Some man on Reddit eating a crayon. That's sad. I don't know what's wrong with people. Doge. Okay, so Doge, we were just taking a look. I mean, I'm happy for people who got in Doge. I know a lot of people have been holding hard. And you know what? It seems to be paying off for those people. Is it up 30% on the day? Can I even look at Doge in here? I don't think so, right? Oh, I can. Hey, nice. Look at this. Look at the 5-day. Look at this 5-day. Man. Very impressive. PLTR crushed it. Well, yeah, they did have a bit of a dip, whatever day this was. That was pretty rough. Well, but yeah, up 8.91% on the day. It means buy and hold. Eating a crayon. You heard it here first. Let's see. You guys have any merch ideas for shirts? I'm trying to figure out some merch ideas for shirts and like cups and stuff. I have a few different ideas of things that I want to do, but I want to see if anybody has an opinion. Let me know. I'm more than happy to hear it. I would love to hear people's thoughts. I want to make you guys stuff that you guys like actually want. And if you don't want anything, that's okay too. I think I had saved an article for us. Let me check. Ooh, I did want to read this one. Okay, let's see who this is by. New apartment. Okay. I like this post, so I saved it, and I wanted to. Oh, see you, Olive. Let me catch up, and then I want to read this post because I'm actually really liked it, and I think this would be a good thing to talk about. Trash Panda, a Trash Panda. That should be the channel mascot for merch. The Trash Panda, freaking raccoon. Let's see. Coinbase showing as $343.58 right now in eToro. Yikes. Yikes, Reno. I'll be listening. All right, all right. A shirt that's saying diamond hand till you moon. Picture of diamond hand. I'll write it down. Okay, so let's talk about this because this is something good that I think a lot of people, people say. Well, let's just read this, right? So this is on Superstonk. Typically talking about something like GameStop on Superstonk because it was mostly the GameStop people, GME subreddit, who moved over to Superstonk. But let's take a look at right, and don't worry about the number. Don't worry about the number. But this is something that I've been trying to express, and I've had a hard time expressing it. I did see in reading this help me. I think it's going to help me explain it better. So I've been telling you guys I'm going to sell on the way down, right? And so this is my plan. I want to sell on the way down so that I don't miss it. And again, we've looked at it with these charts, right? So selling on the way down, meaning, let me go back to the 3-month. And so selling on the way down. So for example, let's say I was in here. Let's say I was in here. Oh boy. Can I change it to the 2 hour? Okay, that's fine. We'll use these candles. So let's say I'm in here, right? This is what stock is this? Let's go to GameStop. Okay, here we go. So let's say I'm in here and I'm writing it up and it rises down and stuff. And then I'm writing it up here, right? So my goal is to not sell whenever we're coming up here and then we get a red candle here and then sell down here, right? My goal is to write it all the way up and then have a floor. So for example, my floor, let's say my floor is like 400, right? Or even 350. Let's say, 350 right here. And so I'm going up and so I'm at my floor, right? And so the post is essentially saying, if this is your floor, keep on writing it up, see what you get. And you have a new floor, and you can either have a new floor or you can write it up. And then you know what? If it goes and you're like, you know what? I feel good selling at 350. And so at 350, you say, okay, I'm going to sell it on the way down. And so that's essentially what this post is saying. So this person is saying, the issue with most apes here is that they do not understand what floor means. Floor means on the way down. And when people say 10 million is the floor, this is an example, plug in your own number. They equate that to once GME hits 10 million, I'm selling. But what floor means is that once it's past 10 million, it will continue beyond your floor. What if it goes to 20 million? What if it goes to 10 or 100 million or 420 million? Exactly. For example, and again, you can plug this in with with whatever you want. You know, you can plug this in with 1,000, 2,000, whatever your floor is for your personal self, because you are number one and you need to make sure you're taken care of. So let's say it goes up. So this gives you to exit way above your theoretical floor. Because let's say, you know, your floor is 10 million, right? Let's say it hits 10 million, no problem. And again, it could be 10,000, whatever it is. Let's say it hits 10 million, no problem. And then it keeps on going up. Well, why don't you just set a new floor and say, okay, well, I'll sell at 12 million. You know, if it goes below, you know, back below 12 million, or, you know, if it's at 12 million, I'll wait for and see if it goes to 20 million. If it goes to 20 million, then you're like, dang, you know what? I like it. Maybe I'll sell at 15 million on the way back down. And so that's kind of how I've been thinking about for it myself. And so I've been trying to find a good way to explain this. And I feel like this is a good way to kind of think about it and to explain it. And again, don't worry about the specific numbers in here. Just things to think about whenever we're talking about exit strategies, because a lot of people are having trouble with exit strategies and how they want to, you know, how they just want to play it. And I'm just giving you guys different options. But you know what? If you want to sell it on the way, you know, on the way up to your 10 million, then hey, you do whatever makes you happy. But keep that in mind. Why not call it a roof? Mike, you can call it whatever you want, my friend. But I think they're saying new floors. New floor. This is my new floor. And then whenever it goes up, this is my floor and I'm done. Goes up, this is my floor and I'm done. Roof is like your maximum. So let's see. I saw some comments about... let's see. I thought I saw something. Hats. So yes, hats. I'm getting plenty of these hats made, guys. This is my priority number one. Hats. I just need to submit one thing, and then the hats are going to be in production, and I can get those out. So yeah, it's going to be great. Let's see. Starfish says a coffee mug. One side, rich thing underneath. Oh, underneath is it a buy? Other side, you bet yourself it was emoji, diamond apes, whatever. Okay, I'll write it down. Whoa, what did I press? What am I pressing? All right, just writing down these ideas that you guys have. Make yourself into a Bitmoji with a hat. Ooh, I like that. I do like that one. Alfred says, so what is a realistic number for these stocks AMC and GME hit? I've been thinking about that exit strategy. That's the point of this kind of exit strategy, right? So if you watch it, and, you know, you can play it slowly. You can play it whatever you want. Libra energy. You can play it slowly. You can say, and that's the point of this kind of exit strategy, right? You can set yourself up for this. So let's say, for example, my floor is great. I mean, my floor is whatever it goes up to. You know what I mean? I'm more than happy to take 1,000, 10,000 for AMC and then, you know, GameStop accordingly. Now, what I would love is a bobblehead. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. I'm gonna write that down. That'd probably be kind of weird and hard to do, but I'll write it down just in case. Hey, good evening, Chris. And so this is, so let's say, for example, let's say my floor was 1,000. Okay. And so, and whenever it hits 1,000, I'm like, okay, I like 1,000. What's going to happen? So let's say I wait, and it goes, you know, 1,200, back down to 1,100, back down to 1,050, back up to, you know, and back, and it doesn't break that 1,000 mark. Okay. And it keeps going. Then I'm going to hold. And then whenever it hits 1,600, I'm going to say, okay, my new floor is 1,500. And so 1500, we'll see what it happens. And and then you can change your floor. You can do whatever the heck you want to do. But let's say I decide I want to change it. Okay, well, let's say it breaks 1500. I'm saying, okay, well, I'm still happy with 800 or I mean 1500. I'm still happy with 1200, 1300. I'll make that my new floor, and it'll bounce and it'll go up and down, and I still feel good. And if I and sure, I'll miss out on the tippy top for sure, but I definitely won't miss out on my floor where I'm happy. And so those are just ways to think about it, guys. I'm not trying to like sway anybody. I'm just giving you guys different ideas, different thoughts of how to think about it. And hopefully that helps. Realistically, what the price is going to hit, no one knows. No one knows. If what people are saying is true, this is literally and it seems, guys, as you can kind of tell, it's unprecedented. It's just never been happened before in the history. And I really don't think that it will happen again. Because all of the regulations are coming into order. No hedge fund is going to put themselves in this position, at least for a very, very, very long time. And there's a lot of reasons why I don't know if this will happen again. But yeah, Chris, yes, we've already talked about Coinbase. We're very excited about it. I think I am going to buy in and ride the volatility. I'm nervous about it, but I think it could be worth it. Trash Panda bobblehead. Tom. Just happy with something in the hundreds. I mean, realistically, I would be happy with something in the hundreds, but I will hold if it goes to 1,000. I'm going to hold all the way. My floor is going to be in I'll ride it to 1,000 and back down to 400 if I have to. I'll be happy at 400. I'll be more than happy at 400. So I'll ride it for as long as possible. And I do see trailing stop loss. The problem with the trailing stop loss is it's volatile. There's going to be a lot of volatility going on with these stocks. And if you set a trailing stop loss, and let's say it goes here, and let's say it goes down 10% right here, or whatever this was. Shoot, this is more than 10%, right? This is a big percentage. But look, if you set your trailing stop loss, hey, maybe you'll be happy getting out at 250, but then you just missed, 500 over here. So, and again, what's your floor? So trailing stop loss could be good, but it could liquidate you before you're ready to be liquidated. There could be a random thing going on, random sell off, and it's going to recover. So just things to think about. I have over 30 options with an expiration of January. So I'm in it. I'm in it for the long haul. I'll hold. No problem. A magic 8 ball for stocks, for stock buying when you aren't available. I actually like that. Starfish, you're doing fantastic with these ideas, my friend. And this is true. Limited says less selling on the way up makes the squeeze stronger. This is absolutely true, guys. And that's why people say sell at your floor go all the way up as high as you can, and then sell at your floor. And again, you can change your floor, but if you're going up, remember, if my floor is 100, for example, and it goes past 100, I'm going to continue to hold. And you know what? If it goes to 500, great. Then maybe my floor is 250 now, and then I'll continue to hold. But I'll put it this way: if it goes up and everyone sells at 100 for AMC, then that's it. That's the game over. It's done with. And it could have gone to 1,000, maybe, or maybe it goes to 500, maybe it goes to 10,000. But if everyone sells at 100, then that's the end. It is over with. They covered at 100 whenever they're forced to purchase the shares. Remember, they're forced to purchase the shares. They have it's not like maybe I'll purchase the shares, maybe blah, blah, blah. Then then that's that. But they have to buy them. So why not make them buy it higher than lower? Whatever never reaches your floor. Well, I think everybody has a floor, you know, and you have to make the decision that's right for you. Maybe your floor is 50. I mean, as much as I don't like to even think about it, who knows? But I'm just gonna ride the wave, just like Safe says. I'm gonna ride the wave. I'm gonna ride as high as it can go, and whenever it's on the way down, sounds good. And that's why, yes, and that's why a lot of people are saying 10K. I think, excuse me, people are saying 10K because it's like, look, you could, if every single person holding the stock individually decided that they want to hold for themselves. Okay, I think we're good again. Man, sorry about that, guys. So, I think we're good. So, good question. Brandon says, doesn't buying force the price up? So how can the system know to go up if no one is buying? They will have to buy. Who will have to buy? The hedge funds. And the hedge funds are going to be forced to buy, right? And then what's going to happen when the hedge funds are forced to buy? The price is going to go up. And then what's going to happen? All of these chasers are going to say, oh my gosh, it's happening. AMC is going up. They're squeezing. And they're going to jump in. And they're going to force the price to go even higher, forcing more margin calls, forcing more buying pressure. And it's going to continue. And why is that? Because people are going to, they're going to sell. Even today, people are selling. It doesn't matter. In order for them to buy it, there has to be a seller. There has to be, and that's the way it works. So they're always going to meet. Now, the question is, how many shares are they selling? If they're selling just a few shares, then hey, it's going to continue to run. Hey, what's up, Ian? Welcome. And so they'll just sell a few shares. It doesn't have to, you know, to drive the price up. It doesn't have to be, you know, a billion people buying and selling, you know, back and forth. It could still continue to people could still sell the share and buy the share in smaller amounts, and it'll continue to go up. That's how they do the short ladder attacks theoretically. They trade the shares back and forth, you know, even if it's just 100 shares at a time or whatever it would be, 300 shares. Sometimes it looks like thousands, and that's that. But that's essentially the way it works. Okay, so we say there's nothing left to buy, but there's always like a little something to buy. The shares are getting less and less though, because they're mostly being held by apes. Mo says SEC has the power to halt trading for 10 days on any stock, destabilizing the market. Sorry. Right. And so I wonder if AMC actually would destabilize the market, or if it would just ruin hedge funds and you know that. Brandon says, I just want $10 million per share of AMC. Is this hard to ask? Anonymous, I do not know about the IE exchange. We'll take a look at that in just a second, my friend. Let me get to these two other comments really quick. Alfred says, do all hedge funds who are shorting these stocks get margin called on the same time? Who is in charge of a margin call? Okay, so great question. So let's take a look here. What's going on? This is an excellent question. Oops. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. So the first part was, do hedge funds, okay, and okay, who calls the margin call? So the margin call is going to be called by the DT. So, okay, and we'll talk about 05. Okay, this is good. This is good. We got a lot of good stuff going on. So let's talk about what's going on here. So who I believe is going to call the margin call is going to be the DTCC, NSCC, this group right here. And we're waiting for Rule 801 for them to force the margin call, right? And basically right now they can see their books. They can see what's going on. And I'm sure they already know that these guys are in some serious trouble, but they haven't passed this rule yet. And once they pass this filing 801, then they have the option to go ahead and say, you know what, you guys are in danger. We need you to cover some of your positions. Or, you know, as many positions as it takes for them to not be in so much danger for insanity. And so what they can do is they'll tell them that, and they will force them. They'll say, you legally have to do it, or we'll go ahead and do it for you. And there are different ways they can do it, but either way, just know that that's how the margin call will happen, right? And theoretically, if they were to margin call, then they're gonna have to buy all these shares, and plus the naked shorts. I mean, it's just a huge mess that a lot of money is gonna have to flood into these stocks. And so theoretically, they would put the money in, right? And now what happened? They just created all this buying pressure, bought all these stocks, and what happened to the price of this share? Theoretically, it's gonna go up, right? Because there's a lot of buying pressure. So they go ahead and go up. And now I think these guys, the DTCC, is going to say, well, now you guys kind of like, the price is up higher, so you guys have to cover again. And so it's going to go up. So theoretically, let's say there's a bunch of hedge funds. So let's say there's a bunch of hedge funds, and now you're in a margin call situation. So let's say the margin call starts up right here. And they're saying, hey, let's say there's Melvin. Let's just use two of them. For example, there's more. Let's say there's Melvin and Citadel. So let's say Melvin being, let's say they're a little smaller, and let's say Melvin is getting called first for their margin call. Or no. Let's say Citadel. Citadel's a little bigger. Let's say they're getting called first for their margin call. So Citadel, that's great for them. You know why? They want to cover down here. They'd rather pay $60, $70 per share, whatever it would be, even $100 per share, rather than wait and buy it up here. So let's say Citadel gets called, and Melvin is like, well, wait a second, like they got margin called. They're going to drive the price up, and then we're going to get margin called. So instead, Melvin decides, hey, we're going to go ahead and cover first, because we would rather cover at, $60, $80, whatever it is. And then have Citadel cover up here, because they have to margin call anyway. So, and they're going to force us to cover up here. I'd rather them cover up here. And that is my theory of what is going to happen. You don't want to be the last to get margin called. You don't want to be the last to cover, because whenever you're the last to cover, imagine starting your cover at $300, $400. Now per share, imagine $400 per share or whatever. And you have to buy millions of shares, or, millions of dollars, whatever it would be. And that is my theory of exactly what will happen. I think they'll probably all try buying at the same time, create a lot of buying pressure. Stock chasers are going to come in. Everyone is going to come out of the woodwork and jump back to AMC and GME. It's going to skyrocket the price. And that is where the holding theoretically should begin, because if people were to hold at that point, then they're like, well, they're being forced. They legally have to purchase the shares. And if they legally have to purchase the shares, they have to keep buying them until they're bought up. And if no one is selling them the shares, they have to agree upon a price. You have to have a buyer and a seller. And so let's say if no one agrees magically to sell until $10,000, that's how you just hit $10,000 per share. And that's the way it works. That's why these people are putting their sell limits at. That's why people are putting their sell limits at just so high. And I missed a whole lot. Let me go back just a little bit. Holy smokes. Alfred, so who's in charge of margin call? Okay, so hopefully that helps, Alfred. Holy smokes, that was nuts. Could a market downturn trigger the hedge fund and margin call and squeeze? A market downturn. I guess I'm trying to think of a scenario where the market would downturn and force the hedge funds, the margin call. I want to say yes, but I can't think of a good scenario that would force them to cover like that. If it took a downturn. Ben, ask me that question in a different way or with an example. I know what you're trying to say. I just can't put my finger on it to give you a scenario where it takes a market downturn. So I guess if the market took a downturn and theoretically, I guess if the market went down, well, no, if they're in a short position, then yeah, that's what would happen. But if it's something like the only other way I think it could really work is if the market took a downturn and they were maybe long on a stock, and then they would have to like put more money in their account. But I don't think it works for shorts. It might just work for longs in that scenario. Chris says, what makes you so sure most of the stocks are being held by retail? I think it's barchart.com. So I'm first of all, I'm very sure somebody did the calculation. It was what's this guy's name? The God Pill. Is it this guy? Where's his video? He had a video explaining how people were holding AMC. He had a video. He basically calculated, and we can technically calculate this as well, right? If we go to, well, anyways, I'm not going to do all of that right now. But essentially what it did is he calculated what the institutional ownership was, how many people were, and how many shares were holding the institution, you know, how many institutions were holding X amount of shares based on the float. And you can determine the float, right? So theoretically, here's how you do it. So if you say, oh, actually, I just thought of something else, right? We could also do this. Market beat AMC. And so this is, I suppose, maybe a little more theoretical, but I think it holds water. And you'll see what I'm doing right now. Institutional ownership. So let's do this. Let's look at our if you look at the float, actually, I guess the float doesn't even matter. So let's go straight to the institutional ownership. You can see AMC is owned by, let's say, and I think this is probably the most up to date. Keep in mind, this is only for people who have actually filed, and you don't have to file immediately. So keep that in mind. But let's say institutional ownership is 16.61%, right? And currently, you can look at the, does this not have the dang float? No, I didn't like FinViz. I liked, is it MarketWatch? Public float. So let's say, come on. So let's say you have this, the public float, right? 447 million shares. Well, 16.61% of that is held by institutions. So the rest of it is theoretically held by apes. And we know that what is the percentage? 95% of the stock is currently being held. So if 95% of the stock is currently just being held, only 16% is by institutional ownership. Well, who else is holding the stock? All the people that I know that are traditional old school retail investors, they're not holding the stock. Not at all. They're freaking terrified because they don't want to lose their money. They don't know which way it's going to go. So I believe that apes are holding the stock just by the math. And that's kind of where I got that. I'm a little behind in the chat, so don't worry. I'm not reading the most up-to-date comments. I'm going to let you know what I'm answering, and then I'll read it to you, and then I'll say it out loud. Ian says, y'all debating if 10K can be possible when 100K is possible too. It takes half the clearinghouse to get there. If you guys hold, you can achieve almost anything. I personally, I agree with that. I think it's possible. It's crazy that it's possible. But guys, keep in mind, like, don't worry, like, oh, will this even be able to be paid? Guys, these guys have got us. They've literally been structuring this so that everything kind of works okay. The hedge funds are forced to cover first. These guys will pick up the bill if necessary, and people will be paid. No one's like not going to be paid. And here, look, Mo over here says, in my opinion, I'm not an AMC holder, and I do want the squeeze, but I don't see it past $50 to $100. And so that's people's opinions. And you may be right, maybe wrong. We've seen a lot of DD. There was a DD on Trey's Trades where the guy explained how it was very, very possible for AMC to hit $2,000 per share. It was very interesting. I think it was a little more theoretical, maybe a little tinfoil hat, but it was pretty interesting to hear. Starfish, yeah. So this goes back to the person who was talking about how someone can, or maybe they can, well, Archegos was a good example of just a margin call. And so basically they were forced to liquidate their positions, totally drop the stock. And sometimes they're forced to do things and you have to do it. And I don't know if you can just pay a fine and be done with it or what, but it seems like these are the kind of things you won't be able to pay a fine for. You'll have to just get out. Akari says, do you think hedge funds are using what money they have left to purchase shares to cover themselves when they're margin called? Or would we know if they did that in institutional ownership sheets? And I'm just reading these guys as I'm getting them. I'm really not even screening the questions at this point. I'm trying to, I guess I'm screening a few questions, but I'm just trying to see, do you think hedge funds are using what money they have left to purchase shares to cover themselves? So theoretically, I would not be surprised if the hedge funds, yes, are. So I guess a few different ways. I would not be surprised if they, like on the side, like rode the wave that they're margin calling up, sold that profit, and then shorted it again or put a put on it or something. I would not be surprised in the least bit if they did that, because they're going to try to minimize the damage. So they may do that, but even then they're still going to I believe they're still going to lose a lot of money. They're going to be really screwed. And honestly, I think it's rough because I want them to really pay and get what's coming to them. But at the same time, I want to get paid. I think I'll get paid. And hopefully the regulations that are coming out of this, all of the spotlight that has been shined on this, hopefully this causes some true change with regulations and stuff to where nothing like this can happen again, because it's messed up. I think about the companies like Toys R Us and stuff that have been around forever. And, granted, maybe they had some, but I think they did what they could. I think they were in online, they were doing this, they were doing that, they were doing the most. So I don't necessarily think it's entirely the hedge fund's fault for them, shorting it to the freaking ground and making them go bankrupt. But, it's some crazy practices that happen that is a little bit scary. Brandon says, let's find out the prices that these stocks now at the top of the squeeze. What's the Simpson episode that this happened in? I know, right? It's crazy what they predict. Oh my gosh, I've missed so much of the chat. Jeez. Okay, I'm catching up. Do you think they're slowly covering? I covered that. Yes, so right now I think they're trying to figure out a way out. I don't think they're going to find a way out. I think they're going to find a way to make a little bit of money on the way up and on the way down. I think they will do that. I don't think it's going to affect, the little bit of money that they're going to make. I really don't think it's going to do anything too crazy, do anything too good, but yeah. Arthur, are you a real person? You spamming the chat, my dude? I don't know. Let's just clear this so I can catch up a little bit in the chat. This is not okay. And so that's what I think. They should make Citadel last. Oh my gosh, just make Citadel cover last. Let's see. Thomas Clary says, the problem I see when it comes to the brokers, how will these apps be able to survive? The FOMO will be immense. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but yeah, I think a lot of people are going to have FOMO, like missing out on the stock, but I think they're going to try to chase it. And I get scared for people trying to chase the stock because holy smokes, if you've been on this channel for any amount of time, you know how I feel about chasing stocks. Yikes. Yikes. Thoughts on coin? I like it. I like it. I'm a little nervous. I'm always nervous about IPOs, but I feel okay about it. I think I am going to get a position and ride it. Hopefully it goes up. And that's my goal. I'm just going to do a swing though. I'm going to hop in and out, put the earnings in either AMC or GameStop, whoever I'm feeling at the time, and we'll go there. Yahoo Finance, no good. So I mean, Yahoo Finance is fine, but I was hoping they would show the short information, or not the short, the total float. And it just wasn't there. Maybe there's a place I can find the float on Yahoo Finance, but I was trying to find it really quick. I knew I could find it on Market Watch, but all good, all good. How many times can we have the same conversation? As many times as it takes, Elliot. As many times as we can. Yeah, CB, Coinbase is going to be coin, COIN. Marat says, from my trail of thought, hedges are borrowing shares from institutionals plus dark pools, right? They could be, who knows where, and there could be things we haven't even discovered yet, guys. Like I want that to be crystal clear. These are things that we've found so far. We've only recently found the dark pools, and these are things that who knows what else we'll uncover in the course of this time. So I'm bullish. Jelani says they aren't worried about it at all. That's why they continue to short. Yeah, they're not worried. And again, I think they still want us to get bored. They're planning on us to get bored. They want us to quit. They want paper hands to prevail. And oh my gosh, what is happening here? Oh, somebody look at these sell orders. These people are trying to sell this right here. Look, you see that? Can I make this larger? No, that sucks. But somebody's trying to sell 8 shares at $30,000. Somebody's trying to sell 1 share at $32,850. This is so funny. I'll leave this up for a little bit. Chris says, when do you think the squeeze is going to take place? I really don't have a time frame for you, my friend. There are a lot of, I will say, I think there's a lot of things in our favor. For example, the like these DTCC filings, the short interest, where are we at? Matt Kors, the short interest keeps going up. It's at record high right now. The shares on loan are a record high. Everything is just, holy smokes. It is all, the stars are aligning. And I'm waiting for them to line up. And whenever they line up, I think that's when we'll go to the moon. So they're still all coming. They're still all coming together. Pulse. So TD shows 8.71% institutional ownership. So I'm not sure how updated TD shows. So for example, if I were to go here to AMC and I go to the institutions, so institutional ownership, it says here 16.76, but it does say here the date was December 31st of last year. So just keep that in mind. I'm not sure who's the most updated. I do like MarketBeat because for institutional ownership, because it does show here reporting date, so 4/12, so pretty updated information. But I'm not sure if this is the most updated information. Maybe TD is the most updated, but just things to keep in mind. Not all of them are exactly the same. Some of them will be a little bit different. But I think we can agree less than 20%, meaning apes probably own the majority. Happen to know what price coin will open at? People are saying coin will open at $250. Has Arthur been spamming this entire time? Thank you, Chris. Oh, Brandon, thank you, my friend. Thank you for reminding me. We have not talked about Rule 5 yet. So Rule 5, no big deal. From my understanding, Rule 5 was what happened here. So Rule 5 is still a thing. It was just taken off because there were some, I forgot the exact term, but it was written. How, for example, something so a political thing, there's a procedure that it needs to be written in a certain, that things need to happen in a certain way. Whether it be okay, you need to stand up, you need to introduce yourself, you need to knock 3 times on the gavel, and then you can, do 2 circles, and then you say, hey, welcome to the group, and then you sit back down. Just all this weird stuff that needs to happen. From my understanding, it's something like that. Nothing is going to change from the contents. They're just adjusting it to be proper for the procedures or whatever that the way it needs to be filed. And so they took it off. They're correcting their procedural errors. Again, nothing is supposed to be changing, and then they're going to be put back on. And from my understanding, that was explained to by an official person directly affiliated with this. Someone had emailed them, and they reached out and explained that. So no worries at all. No worries. See, guys, this is why I wish I could freaking do this like full time, because this is good information. Like, these are good, quick videos that people can. This way people can reference that. Like, I think it's maybe one day. But very, very good questions. Hopefully that answers it for you, but nothing to worry about. From my understanding, nothing at all to worry about. And I know I'm still super far on the chat, guys. I'm just trying to catch up. Holy smokes. This guy is a bot. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna have to kick this guy. Is he done? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still a little behind in the chat. I just want to make sure I can get as much as we can get. Yeah, Olive, if that guy comes back, just kick him. I don't know. Yeah. Ian, I think you'd be surprised. Could you imagine, guys? Ian said, I'm going to be the silly guy and put a million as the sell. I mean, here's the deal. Look, someone right here put 1,000. Look at this for AMC. And you know what? Let's say they have to cover in the middle of the night. Let's say no one has a sell, a sub floor like this, or a limit sell. Then you could be that person. You could put the limit sell, and actually I want to add that to the course. I just thought about that. I don't think I have limit sells, different kind of sells. I'm going to add this to the course. Selling. Okay, added that to the course because that was not part of it. Let's see. Chris says, what do you think will happen if the hedgies that are deemed to be shorting AMC choose to be margin called and the stock gets liquidated instead of being squeezed? I don't think they'll be able to liquidate their positions because they don't own the positions. If everything is true, they don't own the positions. They're naked shorting, and they're going to have to pay to get those shares back. They're going to have to buy the shares, and they're going to have to. It's just a mess. They've created themselves a huge mess. It's a tangled web, and I don't think they're going to be able to cover it. They're not going to be able to get out of this cheaply. I really, really, really don't believe so. In no way. I think the only way they're going to get out of it relatively cheap is if they do what they've been trying to do, drive the price down. Maybe they'll drive it to $6 or whatever. And then, you know what? Maybe they'll start covering at $6 to save a little bit of money. But people are diamond hands, and I don't think people are going to sell at $10 or $12. And I think it's just going to keep on going up. Hope that guy's not spamming anymore, man. I'm concerned. Good question. Jelani says, I was in GME when it moved up, and GME was nearly shorted as AMC, or as short as AMC. AMC will rock it same way GME did. Once 801, the new SEC regime comes in. Yeah, I think so. Does anyone else put a high price, sell them each night, hoping a junior will fill it by mistake? Yeah, I did that for a few nights, and then, you know, they just kick it off in the morning or whatever, but what if this guy is just out there? We'll just remove him from the channel. All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that bot. I didn't even. Oh, yes. Okay, so the shields are starting to come into the moon. So really quick, that reminds me, if you guys see a person who messages you after you do a comment on a video or something, and they say, hey, it's me, is it a buy? Corey, you know, why don't you text my WhatsApp and we can talk about it? Please do not text that WhatsApp. That is not me. Do not talk to that person. Please. Did you get Ortex yet? No, it is actually on the very, very top of my list of things to do. I have some more merch stuff I have to do tonight. I do want to get Ortex. I haven't forgotten. They've already emailed me saying, hey, you forgot to check out with Ortex in your bag. So I'll have to do it. Um, are you invested in AMC? And welcome to the stream. Yes, I am very emotionally, financially invested in AMC. Wow, I got so far behind in this chat. I can't even. Okay, yeah, that person, that Arthur person, I guess they started spamming again. They've been completely removed from the chat. I apologize for their lameness. Geo says, don't forget to like the stream. This man is dedicated. I am dedicated. I'm dedicated, every single one of you, to the stock, to the market. Do we know how many shares are in the dark pools and what those shares are valued at? Let me see. I don't know if I still have that post saved for the dark pools or where it would be, but there's a lot of shares. And essentially, from my understanding, essentially what they're doing in those dark pools is that may be where they are high frequency trading the shares back and forth, because there's a whole lot of trades happening in there. But I don't know exactly how many shares. It's kind of hard. I mean, by definition, guys, this is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Dark pool Investopedia. Take a look at like the definition of a dark pool here. Dark pools are private asset exchanges designed to provide additional liquidity and anonymity for large trading blocks of securities away from the public eye. Okay, sure. Now it says however, dark pools' lack of transparency makes them susceptible to conflicts of interest by their owners and predatory trading practices by high frequency trading firms. What? How is this a thing? How is this it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Just catching up. I think it's a good thing, so there aren't. See you, Brandon. He is not a bot. He's a good guy. Grizzly says, what happens to the economy in general if this happens? So it's hard to say. Realistically, it's actually it's pretty hard to say exactly what would happen. If you watch the Everything short on my channel, which I highly recommend you do, I mean, holy smokes, it's just gonna blow your mind. It's kind of like watching The Big Short, in my opinion. Just wild and crazy. Holy smokes, Jelani with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Great work, great DD. Someone get this party started. Official super chat. Welcome to the community, Corey. Thank you so much, Jelani. I appreciate that. Wait a second, Jelani, did you tweet me today? There was someone that had tweeted me. That was you. That was you. Thank you for sending me that person, and thank you for including me with this crazy group of people. Holy smokes, I was humbled to see this group of people that I was grouped in with Trey's Trades and Joshua and stuff. It was insane. Thank you so much. Ant says he is a good guy. Oh, that was the other guy. Oh, right. So we were talking about what happened. So, Grizzly, it's scary. Theoretically, I mean, there could again theoretically be a market type crash. It's a little scary to think about. I really don't like to think about it too much, and it would have been caused by the hedge funds. And so I'm afraid, and they've already started setting the narrative that retail investors are gonna cause a market crash. No, we're not doing anything. We like a stock and we bought it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Shorts, and I want to be crystal clear, shorts are a very normal, healthy, legal part of the economy and the stock market. It's perfectly normal. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not immoral. It's fine. Okay. It is perfectly, if you don't think a stock is worth what it is, then short it. No problem. Now, what is wrong is naked shorting to the point where you are shorting more shares than are available of the float. You cannot be over 100% of something, like over 100% of what is available. And it is illegal to do so. They were illegal. They were greedy. And now they're going to have to pay for it. Plain and simple. They broke the law. They're not getting arrested, but they're going to have to pay a whole lot of money. See Los, what's up? I'm just so far in the chat. I don't even know what to do at this point. We're gonna keep on trucking. Have you seen the video about shorting the options and the OCC yet? Shorting the options and the OCC yet? I'm not sure. I'd be more than happy if you want to send it to me on the Discord. Guys, don't forget, we do have the Discord if you want to join. I'd love to have you in there. That's an easy place to send me DD as well. If you want to show me a link, send me some good DD, send me something like that. More than happy to see it. Yes, yes, Jelania, I did see that. I did like the person, excuse me, that person that you sent. I'm gonna see if she, I'm gonna take a look and see if she has anything good to present. I did like what she had, so maybe I'll see if I can get her on the show or something. Hey, what's up, Francisco? Wall Street Picker says, every time you smash the like button, I don't know if this is spam or what, but I guess you didn't really put it more than once, so I appreciate it. The video they're talking about is the one she did. Well, I also did a video on a similar topic. One AMC equals one Lambo if you hold. Can you imagine? I'll find you the link. Thank you. Comes full circle. Yeah, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. And so that is exactly what's going on. Just wild. Mino says, if a squeeze will happen, when do you expect it? Mino, we recently talked about that, but obviously, you wouldn't have asked if you had heard it. So no worries. I'm more than happy to cover it. So essentially, I think that we're going to be waiting for these right here. I think whenever these happen, there's not a date. You can't put a date on it. I would say within about, I would say worst case scenario within 4 months. Worst case scenario within 4 months. And so that would be my prediction. But as we've seen, these guys are continuing to last longer and longer, trying to hold for as long as possible, trying to make it go long, like just play it out for as long as possible. So that's that. But I'm just going to be waiting. My luck, I'll sleep through it. Can you imagine? If I missed anybody's question, feel free to ask it again. I'm kind of caught up with chat, and I know I missed something, but don't be afraid to put it in one more time, and I can catch back up. No problem, Mino. I'm sorry. And here's the, I know that's everyone's freaking least favorite answer is, who knows? It's like whenever you look up the, what are the best headphones to buy? Well, who knows? It depends. It's like, oh my gosh, my least favorite answer. But at least this is we're waiting on these things. And even if 801, for example, were to pass, they still have to use it. They have to say, and I think they're passing it to use it. But even then, We don't know if there's a small buffer, like, hey, we passed it, but this will be fully enacted in 2 weeks where we can finally do it. So make sure you're covered by then. And maybe they'll just cover themselves. Who knows? But things to think about. And for all we know, they're going to hide in a different place. They're going to keep trying to hide like little cockroaches or something, just hidden everywhere. Luke says, so I bought some call options today. My only worry is not being able to exit my position if it does squeeze. Should I be? Luke, you can sell your contract, my friend. You don't have to hold the option the entire time. Let's say, let's say your option is for January of next year and it squeezes in October, for example, then you can sell it whenever you want. So I don't think you would miss anything. No, I think you'd be fine. Easily if it does squeeze. Oh, I guess if you want to set, I think I think I see what you're saying now. If you're afraid people are gonna like not buy, buy your contract or whatever, people are gonna continue to buy in. People are gonna chase the stock. They're gonna buy in, and I think you'll probably still be able to exit. No, I'm not trying to talk to you, Siri. Let's see. Oh gosh, I hope I didn't talk to her again. Did you see how fast the borrow rate went up today? No, I didn't. I was I was working. I was working. It was a busy day for me too. I didn't really get to see anything. Starfish says, that's why we have to subscribe with alerts. I need you to wake me up when it happens. Yeah, trust me, guys. Whenever that day comes, I'll be tweeting. I'm going to be sending comments on make sure you have the notifications on YouTube, because I'm going to be sending those. So keep that in mind. Ooh, Olive caught him quick. I didn't even get to see the messages. Slick. Jeez. Lou says Ameritrade only lets me set my I love it. Thank you, Olive. Appreciate it, buddy. Ameritrade only lets me set my sell limit at $100. Is it better not to set it at all? Personally, I think even at $100, no. Do whatever you want to do. If it was me and it was only $100, I probably wouldn't even set it, because I'd be afraid. FOMO. I have FOMO. I'd be afraid it really is going to go to 1,000 or 2,000, whatever it's going to go to, and I'm not gonna. I'd rather wait. I'd rather wait and sell it at a different price. So, and chances are you'll have plenty of time to know, like, when it's at 100, if it goes above 100, below 100. So I think you'll be fine. You can set a contingent sell limit with TD Ameritrade. Yeah, $100 too cheap. Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. Ben says, rephrasing my question, could GME's negative beta cause a margin call on a market downturn? Let's see. Value of long position collateral will go down, but GME may stay flat or even rise. Oh gosh, let's see. The negative beta cause a margin call. Value of long position collateral would go down. May stay flat or even rise. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. 100K better follow 100K better my fellow ape. Ben, I feel absolutely useless for you, my friend. I'm not sure if it could, though. Maybe that's why I'm having a hard time. I'm trying to think of an example. Ben, do you have an example for me, my friend? I want to get to the root of this, because I feel like you have something. I feel like there's almost something you want to say, but you're trying to lead me to the answer. And I feel like you have something, but I can't put my finger quite on it. If you have something, let me know, buddy. Can I get my tendies spicy? My friend, if you become a millionaire, you can get anything you'd like, anything your heart desires. Okay, so Jim has a silly question on AMC. How long do you think the institutions would hold on to their shares before they get out? I don't think they'll ever want to get out. I think they would rather hold until we get tired, we get bored, we quit, or something, before they get out of their positions. At this point, we stuck it to them. They want to stick it back to us. And this is all my theory. So that's what they want. So I think that what they're going to try to do is that they'd rather just hold forever. So I think what's going to happen is these filings are going to force them to cover so they don't hold forever. And that is my theory. Good question. Lou says, but aren't we supposed to set them so they can use them? Yes, but I'd rather let someone set them. Let's say it gaps up, right? Let's say it gaps up in the morning to whoever the lowest sell limit is at. And let's say it goes, let's say someone has it at 50, 75, 100, or whatever, then it'll go there. But, if it eats up the 50, 75, 100, or whatever it is, and it goes straight to 1,000, then I'd rather it start at 1,000 and squeeze from there. But, those are just my thoughts and stuff. But, and here's the deal. If you're happy at selling at 100, I mean, I guess you could do that. We can't really tell you what to do. But I'd rather wait and see if it goes to 1,000 and then sell at 500 or even 200. I mean, even if you sold at 200, you missed it. And on the way down, you sold it at 200, missed 1,000. I think you'd probably feel a little better than selling it at 100 and then it went to, 1,000 or whatever it goes to, or 2,000, 10,000, who knows? VW squeeze lasted for a week. Did it last for a week? Oh, okay. I guess, are you talking about like all of this or when it just started to run? Let's see. Oh, of course, I don't have any days here. Yeah, I can't see anything that is. How many days are these day candles? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I guess it really depends. I don't know. Hard to tell. What is this? All right. You do you. Tough question. It's out of the syllabus. I was not prepared. Olive is on point. You guys better respect the chat, because Olive will get you. You get Cheetoed. Thank you, Truth. Great theory. Appreciate it. Hedge funds won't be able to hold due to 801. Jim says, you've been my go-to guy now. Kramer is on hold until the squeeze. Thanks for the answer. Hey, no problem, Jim. Happy to help. Diamond hands. Hire someone to pinch you to let you know it's real. Oh my gosh. Lou will set the his sell limit to 10,000. You love to see it. The stars are lining up. Yeah, I think I think it's gonna happen. Hope Trey doesn't fumble with Aaron. Trey has been taking this very, very, very seriously. I feel like he's gonna have all his questions lined up. I don't think there's any world where Trey messes it up. What I am worried about is other people, like the Adam Aaron, the CEO of AMC. I'm afraid he's not going to be able to answer questions. I'm afraid they're going to say, you cannot answer, like his lawyers are going to say, these are the questions you cannot answer. But unfortunately, those are the questions we want to know. So I think that people may not like the interview because they're not going to be able to get the answers they were hoping for, because Adam Aaron legally won't be able to answer them. Lou, hey, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Lou says, I appreciate your help. Hey, I appreciate you. No need to super chat, but I appreciate the support. Absolutely. Always my pleasure. Um, New rules to set up for a mass wealth transfer. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's how I kind of feel about these rules, guys. They're literally structuring everything. If you haven't heard my building analogy, I mean, I feel like they're setting up the buildings to fall straight down, so the hedge funds don't take people with them, like I'm sure they're going to try to do. But yikes, Reno. Let's see. Charter says holding when you're in the red or in slightly profits is easy, imagine holding when you start seeing massive gains, maybe harder than it sounds. Hopefully we'll all know soon. It is hard to hold. I held all the way up here, guys. I held through all of this. I got in down here. I held through all of this, and I'm still holding, and I feel good about it. Let's see. It looks like this person has a squeeze thing or something for me to look at. Gary 2009. I'll say stock. Oh gosh, I don't even know where I am. I wonder if it'll show it in here. I'm not sure if this is what you were trying to look at, my friend. If you have a chart you want to send me on Discord. Gosh, I couldn't remember the name. If you have a chart you want to send me on Discord, I'm more than happy to go take a look at it. Trying to see what happened with this stock here. Very curious what's been going on here. 5-year. Can we look at the day candles? This is not looking so good for me. Oh, come on, man. Sometimes I can't stand the way these charts work. All right, well, that's that. I wasn't sure if I was going to find something on this one, but I'm always looking for a good play. No worries, guys. Doge, my goodness, what is happening? Moving on up. Look at the 5-day. Not bad at all. Not bad whatsoever. Jeez. I'll leave that up for you guys to take a look at. Thank you for your service for holding. Oh my gosh, no problem, stock. Ant says I held when I hit I guess $5, 5S. I was shaking. Held a bag of 30K loss. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was. I was shaking whenever it first ran. I was like shaking. Where are we here? Yeah, whenever it first ran up, I mean, I was on top of the entire world. You guys have no idea. I'm sure you can imagine. From all the way down here, holding all the way up here, I was on top of the world. And then whenever it dipped from here to here, whenever they halted trading, oh, man, that was a different feeling. That was a very, very different feeling right there. This kind of dip. Held it the entire way, though. Didn't sell a single share. Was advised to sell up here at 20. Fortunately, didn't. But I feel good about it. I'm okay. Okay, so Cybertron says, so here's my question. Why are people ignoring the fact hedge funds and shorts have good lending terms on borrowing? Also, why are people ignoring that no price increase equals no stock squeeze? Why are people ignoring that no stock squeeze? Okay, so let's answer the first one. So why are people ignoring the fact that hedge funds and shorts have good lending terms on borrowing? So I'm not too sure what you mean about good lending terms on borrowing, but as far as I'm aware, it seems like these guys are, and I'll put Doge back up for you. So it seems like, put this on the 5-day, got you real quick. Okay, so good lending terms on borrowing. So I don't know what that exactly means. Good lending terms on borrowing. They can borrow all they want, right? But right now, the question is not about borrowing. Right now, theoretically, these guys have IOUs for stocks. They're like that. They don't even have the shares. They're basically lending out shares that they never owned. It's like a Ponzi scheme, basically. These guys are just sure have this. Well, I guess it's not really a Ponzi scheme, but it's a scam. It's ridiculous. So I think that, sure, maybe they have, and remember, they do play by different rules. So sure, maybe they're in a good position to go ahead and borrow these shares, do this, do that, and they're in good standing, right? No problem. But right now, they shouldn't have loaned out they shouldn't be in any position. These guys have not set themselves up in a proper position to do anything. I just, it's kind of hard to explain. I know I'm not doing a good job at all explaining it, but I don't think good lending terms on borrowing, whatever that is, matters, because they've really done some shady stuff, potentially illegal. I do believe it to be illegal, and I think that they're just not going to. They're not in a good spot, and I'm sure that the DTCC is not going to allow it to happen. And so that kind of leads me into the second one. So why are people ignoring the no price increase equals no stock squeeze? I think at this point, they may not even need obviously, anything would be good, right? Any kind of positive catalyst will be good momentum. But I'm curious that whenever these pass, I think that, one, I think it probably will rally the stock a little bit. But at the same time, I think that they're going to be, I feel like they're so out of their position that they're going to be forced to cover some part of their position because of where they are currently. And I feel like even then they're going to force their own price action whenever Rule 801 and the DTCC and SEC, all these guys, they force them to cover their current positions. And I think that could potentially cause enough price action to not only bring in new retail investors, but they might trigger their own margin call and continue to do that, so on and so forth. What do you think of the new SEC boss? Great question. I haven't done my own research on this person, but everyone has been saying that this person is a stickler. They want to see the right thing done. They don't like hedge funds, blah blah blah, and I think it's fantastic. So it's crazy. I'm feeling. Again, I haven't done my research, but everyone is very excited about this new person, and it makes me excited about it as well. What is, okay, so I know exactly what you're saying. So Joshua did mention something about spoofing. I think he did, or Joshua, should be this guy. Here we go. And he talks about spoofing. Let me make sure I click this guy first. He explains what it is. He talks about spoofing and then he explains it. I don't know what spoofing is, but he had explained it. I get like a million notifications from this guy a day. I mean, this guy posts every twice an hour or something. I don't know. He posts all the time. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't find his post on spoofing. He had said what it was. He talked about spoofing. He like explained what spoofing was, but unfortunately, I'm not seeing his post here that talks about it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not finding it. Dogecoin will always be hilarious. I wonder how far it would have gone if it wasn't offered on Robinhood. I mean, I'm not sure if it being offered on Robinhood, I wonder how far it gone if it wasn't offered on. Okay, so you don't think it would have gone that far? Probably not. Or maybe, I mean, I guess it really depends. Robinhood's a tough one for me because I loved everything about Robinhood. The interface, what they stood for, yada yada, and then they ruined their whole business in one day, or I guess a few days, but particularly one day. And it's one of the most unfortunate things ever. So this person says that DRV stock that they try to get me to look at went from 400 to 30K. Jeez, I did see a post of one that went from 200 to 35K, and it was insane. So the question is, was DRV a short squeeze? Do we know the position, the short interest, stuff like that? Hard to tell. Of course I didn't. I love this community. Yeah. Good times. Always a good time in the chat. I'll say that. Oh, you guys are too much fun. So glad to be divorced. I have no one to advise me to sell. Yeah. Well, I was advised by only my coworkers, and they're freaking smart guys, man. But I was so convicted. That's how convicted I was. Like, I didn't take the advice of people I truly trust, and in the short term, were they right? Sure. In the long term, are they right? I don't think they'll be right in the long term. But they hope that it goes to the moon. They support me, so no problem. Yeah, Dogecoin, man, I'm rooting for it, guys. I'm so happy for people in Doge. I played this as a swing. I kind of got out, and of course now I'm wishing I would have held, but I feel okay. I'm happy with my position, and I'm happy for people of Doge. Fantastic. Did Robinhood lose a lot of money from what they did? Not only did they, I'm sure, lose a lot of money, they lost their entire business. And I don't want to say they lost their entire business, but think about how many people were in Robinhood. I would say 99% of posts, approximately. Let's be a little more. Let's say 90%, just to be safer. Let's say 95% of posts that were on Wall Street Bets, yada yada, all these things, were from Robinhood. Everyone was on Robinhood. Go to Wall Street Bets, all of these places. See how many posts you see from Robinhood now. Everyone left. Remember, Robinhood makes their money from two places: 50% from, or over 50% from selling the information to Citadel, and the rest from selling, or the rest from are like microtransactions. And hey, you know what? Honestly, even if they were taking a penny off of each trade, I don't care. You guys care if they take a penny off your trade? Heck no, I don't care if it's a penny per share. No big deal to me. And they were taking those microtransactions. Once again, I don't care. And I don't think it was even a penny. It was nothing. But so with that being said, now if they don't have all of our information, I'm sure they lost millions and millions of people on their platform. Is the information still worth as much to Citadel? So maybe they're going down. There's a lot of stuff that is crazy, but I think that I just think it depends. But yeah, I feel like they're just not good. Robinhood is getting new newbies. This is true. They're probably getting new people, and I wish there was a scenario where Vlad would come on and say, Vlad being the CEO of Robinhood, I wish there was a scenario where he would come on and say, yes, this is what happened. We colluded or whatever. I don't care what he says. I wish he would say anything that would make people feel better so we could go back to the platform. Well, even then, I actually really like Webull, but I really, really liked Robinhood. I wish that there was something that would happen that would make them okay, but it's just too rough, man. They created, Ant says it right here. Robinhood created their own fall, and they did. And it's extremely unfortunate. They were about to IPO, and imagine how many apes would have bought their IPO and been so gung ho about this, the platform that made them all rich. But unfortunately, people were thinking in the short term, maybe it came from a different place. It was messed up. And I want to be crystal clear. Webull halted trading as well. I'm not saying Webull's free of this, but You know what the difference is between Robinhood and Webull? Webull's CEO went on the air as quickly as he could, and he said, our clearing house, Apex, has halted trading. I wholeheartedly disagree with the situation, and we are working with them to get this resolved as soon as possible. And that's what the CEO did. And you know what? Respect. He admitted what he knew it was wrong. He did not agree with it. He came on, even if he did agree with it and he was like faking it. I appreciate what he did even better. And so I'm not, don't get me wrong. Don't think that Webull is innocent. There's a list on Reddit. I don't have the list found, but it's something I'm going to reference, I believe, in like my course and stuff, because I think it's important for people to know. But yeah. Ooh. Cybertron says, I've done Series DD and really analyzed the short squeezes and short selling rules. The price increase is the trigger. That's what causes the Kaz, can you send me a message on Discord? I'd love to talk with you for a little bit. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe I can have you on the show. We could talk about some stuff. If you have anything you want to present, that'd be pretty cool. Diamond says, Corey, it's called stepping up. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. The Webull CEO stepped up, owned what was happening, talked about it immediately, said what they were going to do to resolve it. And I think they resolved it in the same day. And I'm pretty sure they did. And they just, everything was fine. But yeah. So the reason they halted trading was to stop increasing price risk on the stock from their end. Hence, keep telling people no price. Okay. So no price increase, no squeeze. Damon says, I hope Dogecoin dips after so I can get in on it. Yeah. And you know, one of my plays when and if we go to the moon is going to be crypto. It's going to be in my diversification. I'm going to hop into crypto, and I have a bunch of other stocks, and I'm going to let you guys know my plays and what I'm going to make the plays. I'm going to have a whole thing about what I'm going to do. And crypto is definitely going to be part of my portfolio in the future, after when and if AMC and GameStop go to the freaking moon. Robinhood uses Citadel as their preferred market makers. Yeah, I mean, guys, the possible collusion and the conflict of interest between Robinhood and Citadel, and even Melvin, is not okay. It's not okay. It should never have been allowed. It should never have been like anything. As soon as it was halted, the SEC should have been in there. Just so much stuff. Cardano. I haven't heard of Cardano. I'm not sure what that is. So I'll have to do a little research into that one. That should be enough for dropping Robinhood. Yeah, good point. I mean, and it's true. Here's the deal. Yeah, that's true. I mean, selling, it's like, I don't know. They Citadel could see all of our positions, you know, and maybe they can still with Webull. I don't know who Webull is selling their information to, or our information to. I'm sure it's somebody. You know, it's not free just for fun, but yeah, some weird stuff. I think honestly, after AMC and GameStop, we're not investing anything until 3 months after all the stress and anxiety. Yeah, I mean, I know exactly what you mean. It's very stressful. Again, guys, I have some good stocks. I keep finding more that I feel freaking fantastic about, that I cannot wait to have people, you know, to tell people about, because I feel like they're freaking winners. They're absolute winners. And I'm talking like hundreds of percentage potentially that I think it'll go up over the next X amount of years. And I feel good about it. Safe, good bets in my personal opinion. So yeah, guys, that is what I have for you. I have to do some more stuff with merch. I got to work on my course a little bit. I got to do some stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start heading out. So much fun talking with you guys. The Discord is in the, what is it called? Actually, I'll put it here for you. It's in the description of the video. Let me put this here. Pin. There we go. There's the Discord. I pinned it. If anyone who wants to join, feel free to join. I'm happy to have everyone in there. I need to organize it but yeah, so that's been pinned there. I'm going to think about my, yeah. Sorry, Ben. Thank you for being patient with me, my friend. My smooth brain is sometimes a little small as well. So that's that. But hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It was, per usual, it's a freaking blast. I plan on being on tomorrow morning, business as usual, and we will see you guys later. Chris says, don't forget to like. I appreciate that. 20 likes away from 100, but you know, do what you guys want to do, and I will see you guys later. All right, you guys have a great night. I'll leave you with some music and a little bit of let you guys chat, say bye for a little bit, and see me in the Discord, and we'll hang out. All right, guys, you guys have a great night. Peace.